welcome you to Orca Encounter. Being a part of SeaWorld's mission is more than just a job. We are proud of what we do, and we are so privileged to be able to build relationships with, care
guys, enjoy the show.
teach, and learn from our amazing animals. Now more than ever, we are honored to share our connection with the killer whales and everything we've learned from them with all of you. And now, SeaWorld proudly presents Orca Encounter. Woo!
Welcome in, guys. You're standing up. Let's shoot to the wall. Wow.
Our world has one interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth.
There's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale. Every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, from Southern and Indian to the mighty Pacific and beyond. The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our own.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name is Hunter, and that was Orchid and Kalia, two of the members of our killer whale family, demonstrating their incredible size, speed, power, and complex learning abilities. These behaviors help keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations of guests, and we're so excited to share their stories with you all today. As trainers, we spend years building our relationships with the killer whale. This allows us to provide them with optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. Our killer whales participate in their own healthcare and well-being through different medical or husbandry behaviors. One of the first behaviors we will teach our killer whales is a fluke percent. This allows our veterinary team to collect a blood sample from the veins running on the underside of their tail flukes. A blood sample is just one of the many important healthcare behaviors we ask our killer whales that keeps them healthy. We will also ask our killer whales to slide out on a large killer whale size scale and lift their tail flukes completely out of the water so we can gain an accurate weight reading. This behavior is a great example of the true purpose behind our training program. Although this behavior is visually stunning, the true purpose behind training it was to monitor their weight. We will also ask our whales for high-energy, powerful behaviors, like reaches or jumps for great exercise. In fact, all of the behaviors you see here today help keep our whales healthy. It's the most important part of our job. We strive to achieve this through diet, exercise, lots of love, and even a little play. And our killer whales sure do love to play. We want to know what they like and how they enjoy interacting, not only with other members of their pod, but with each one of us. Playtime is a great way for us to create new enrichment and build our connection with the whales. We sure love to play with our whales and give them new toys and share it with all of you. It's how they learn and practice their hunting skills. Killer whales will hunt pretty much anything, from fish to marine mammals to great white sharks to even the largest animal on Earth, the blue whale. The blue whale is 5 times longer and 50 times larger than one of our killer whales. So, how does a killer whale the size of Pete take on a whale that size in the wild? Skill and teamwork allow the killer whales to effectively hunt the blue whale and any other type of prey. In fact, killer whales all around the world have developed unique hunting techniques that allow them to catch their prey of choice. They use their powerful tail flukes by flapping, tossing, and throwing their prey, making it easier to catch. A natural athletic behavior you will see in these whales is the ability to beach themselves, turn, and re-enter the water.
Of course you can.
Pods of killer whales in British Columbia will hunt marine mammals. They rely on quiet stealth to hunt their prey. You may even see whales porpoising as they pursue their prey, or surfing a wave. Hence, Arctic whales will prey on seals. They've learned to create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking seals right into the water. Now, this behavior is incredible to witness, but in order to demonstrate the power of the killer whale's wave, I have some incredibly brave volunteers ready to take on the wave. Let's give them more in San Diego. Welcome, everyone. All right, you two, come on down these steps, sit right here on this little iceberg of yours, and face that audience for me. Great job. All right, now are you guys ready to get wet? What do you think? Do you guys think they're ready to get wet? All right, well here comes one of our fastest killer whales, swimming at speeds up to 30 miles per hour. Here's Makani, and here's that wave. In 3, 2, 1. Let's give our volunteers one more round of applause. Great job, everyone. Great job. Now, all the behaviors you just witnessed are just a fraction of the behaviors that killer whales have developed to be able to catch their prey. They will breach or use a pectoral flap to communicate with each other while hunting. They will also use their very powerful tail flukes to stun their prey. But today, I think these whales are going to be stunning all of you. And that means it's time to get wet! one last high energy session with our whales.
Like, subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.